Welcome, everyone. This should be a fun one. Nürburgring combined, the 24-hour track. We've got our drivers set up. As usual, 12:48, we're live. So we're going to create the session live. You know how it goes. We're going to do one qualifying lap because, frankly, I don't want to spend a half an hour just qualifying. 2-hour, 40-minute race. My car doesn't matter. Nürburgring combined. Full course yellows, lucky dog, and wave rounds. I'll turn them off. It's not going to matter because we're on a road course. Love to do this at night, but it would be awful to broadcast. So it will be during the day. Weather. All right. We're going to generate it live again. So you know I'm not cheating. We're looking for a 30 to 40% chance of rain. 46. Let's go with it. Let's just run with it and see. Clouds. Oh, it's going to be dry, turning wet. Maybe at the end. Let's try and find a better forecast. I'd really love to have a transition dry to wet during the race. Start out wet, go dry. I don't like that because basically we're going to run wets the entire time. I don't mean to be picky here, but I'd like to see some strategy. Where the drivers have to. Ooh, we could start wet and go dry and see when they go dry. Ah, geez. Well, this is not quite getting where we want to be. I could manually do it, but then I don't want to be accused of scamming here. Come on, let's get something where we've got either a blip of rain. I mean, we go from dry to wet. It says 88% chance of rain, but we only have a 20% chance of rain at the end. Well, this might explain a little bit about why, why we were seeing what we were doing, because I was doing 30% chance of rain and we weren't really getting anything. This is interesting. So it shows an 88% chance of rain, but we really only have a 20% towards the end. Tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I think we're going to go with this forecast. So it's likely going to rain and turn to rain at the end. I'm going to push the race a little bit. Let's go back to our timing. Where's our track? Time of day. Let's start at 12. Let's try 11:30. And now, okay, we're gonna. It says 88% chance of rain. We're gonna go from dry to rain and see what happens. Let's just go with that. Oop. So that's our weather. Race options. No incident penalty. We're good to go. Debris. We've got all 34 drivers. Should still be 6,100. Everybody's 100% fuel for this race. I know that We usually do 80%, but on this track, I don't want to confuse anybody. So I think we're good. All right, we're going to generate our session here. This one may take a little while. It's a big track. It's going to take a little while to load. Get loaded up. Let them do one lap of qualifying and then a race. These are in the GTE cars. As usual, once we get it set up, we'll get our cameras set. Watch them race. I need to set up my race control in my stream settings. This is overlay race control. It will populate once the session's set up and then give me some race information and will actually let me switch cameras and stuff from here as opposed to through iRacing's UI. 87%, getting close. Should be dry and getting wet at some point late in the race. We're going to watch everyone qualify. In the meantime, as always, have got to get some camera stuff set up. There are going to be lots of cameras to get set up here. And I imagine even after we get them set up, we'll be doing some adjusting at the beginning of the race. I didn't mess with the paints this time. Frankly, I'm just getting tired of it. With the GT E's, they have lots of different paints, but every car of the same make and model is going to have the same paint. As I say, I just didn't feel like jacking with it today, so sorry. We've got BMWs, Corvettes, Porsche, Ferrari, Corvette. I said that one, I think. Ford. We do have Fords too. So, ooh, that Porsche sounds pretty good, actually. Oh, so does a Corvette, though. we'll get all of our camera kind of angles set up, and then we'll probably actually raise the camera levels. Gives us a better view. Ford doesn't sound that great. I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds a little kind of whiny. Oh, oh yeah, I was just going to say, getting a little bit loose. Oh man. We've got some guys who are not going to be getting a qualifying lap. Scott Negus with a meatball already. We'll go back after I get some cameras set and take a look at some of this action, because we have guys wrecking while qualifying. Oh, we've got Dr. Kenneth Noisewater, meatball. Sir Spinalot, meatball. A belt, meatball. Oh my gosh. I don't know that rain was going to be a good idea here. Everybody wanted it, but we got guys who cannot even make a qualifying lap. So this will be, if they can't even make a qualifying lap in the dry, this will be interesting to see what they can do in the wet. Oh my gosh. Lots of meatballs out there. So many cameras to get set up here. As you know, this is a very big track. And I won't even embarrass myself by pretending I know the corners, because I don't. Corner names. I am sure they are absolutely iconic for those fans that watch a lot of racing here. I don't know if we'll see. I'm showing some of these guys, like Scott Negus was in the pits coming back out. I don't know if that means that he gets a second chance at qualifying. I don't think so. But maybe he's just wanting to get some practice laps in. Ross Johnson here, trying to put in a fast lap. Parker B. Down the long straightaway here.
leader has just done a 8:07.
All right, starting to get some laps in here. Potater on the board at pole. Clean Dwayne. Jurg in third place. Dusty Dwayne. Bucky Goldstein, Trick Dickel, Dirty Dwayne. Duke Silver. These are names that we talk about an awful lot. I'm going to let it play out. Now, interestingly enough, a lot of those 300 cars did make qualifying laps. So they're going to be the slower cars, but apparently slower and safer might be part of the trick here. These are their cool down laps. I don't believe that we got out of the 35 that we've got anybody still qualifying. I'm going to use this time to get cameras set up a little better. And then we'll go back and take a look at some of those incidents that happened in qualifying. All right, we're going to go look at some of these incidents now. I'll get cameras set up when the race starts. I don't want to spend another 10 minutes just setting up cameras. So let's go see what we can see. Patrick Stein had an incident here. Let's go to a chopper view. And he's just cruising pretty slow right here. I don't know that we can see. Let me see if we can back up just a little more. He must have had something happen a little bit before that. Sir Spin a Lot. Again, just cruising slow. Don't know. Here's Scott Negus. He's coming in hot. Oh, just overdrives that and into the wall. Sir Spin a Lot. I don't know if maybe he's just never driven the track and was a little trying to learn it. I'm not sure what happened there. We did have a lot going on. We're going to go ahead, advance the session, get this race started. I'm going to work on cameras a little more during the race. Well done, but mate. When we're looking at 8-minute laps, so it looks like Dr. Noisewater, El Guapo, Celeste, and Patrick Stein were not able to set laps.
We're on one to go. Right side on the restart. Pit road is closed.
Tires. We need to get some heat into them. The track temp is 92 Fahrenheit. The air temp
weather in
is
the area,
67.
so we could have problems the rest of the day, but just deal with it as it comes. You're on a dry tire.
We are on dry tires.
Follow car number 27.
All right, we are on a dry tire. Let's see about this weather.
Car speed is
right now. Yeah, it's showing kind of possible rain later on. We're going to start dry. And we will get this thing started. 2.4 hours at Nürburgring in GTE cars with rain. It's going to be a little crazy. I imagine the rain will make things a little different. Scott Negus up front. I'm completely confused here. Scott crashed out in qualifying. Mike Hunt, a belt. Potator was our pole setter, I thought. And somehow iRacing has put Scott Negus in the front.
Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble.
We're green.
Go.
Green flag, green flag.
Left.
Little herd of bumblebees. Everybody slowing down into turn 1. Already, let's see here what happened into turn 1. Oh, there's a little pile up, and there's some banging. Kind of, you can see them kind of just bumping each other. I don't think anybody got any damage out of that, but there was some bumping up here up front. We have kind of spread out a little bit. Sorry for seeing the iRacing UI, but I'm still working on cameras a little bit here. Looks like we are through the field. You can see kind of single file with Scott Negus, Mike Hunt, and Potator with a little mini breakaway, almost 2 seconds. A belt, just like last week, kind of holding up this little second group of cars. Let's see if anybody gets a little more aggressive. We do have some action up front. Potator doesn't make it happen. He was looking to make a pass. Jurgen Kleendwein battling a little bit here. They get back single file. Still getting these cameras set as we're on this first lap. They're pretty much single file. Nobody looking to make a move. There we go. There's a move. Oh, a belt into the back of the 94. That was... Oh, pulls right out on track, a belt, and just causes havoc. You are watching it live. Let's see what happened with Scott Negus. That started with Scott Negus. Meanwhile, a belt with a meatball, trying to keep out of everybody's way as traffic comes through. We'll go back. Mike Hunt with a meatball. Sir Spin-A-Lot a meatball. Scott Negus already towing. We'll come back to that here in just a second and see exactly what transpired. Meanwhile, just trying to make sure everyone can get by a belt, and it looks like they have. Mostly single file. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened. Let's start with Scott Negus here. Let's go to our chopper view. This is Scott driving hard. He is their leader. Oh, just goes off track, and the car behind him goes off track and cannot keep it in control. Then here, we're watch that again. Then I bet we had several cars. Let's watch one more time. Scott Negus in front. I'm not sure who it is in the Corvette behind him. Scott overdrives the corner, goes off. The Corvette goes off. They go side by side. The Corvette can't turn, just takes Scott out. You'll see in the background here a belt. We'll go watch him. This is his view. He does the same. He's got a little pressure on the inside. Overdrives the corner. He cannot get it slowed up either. Hits the wall, then comes back and hits the back of Scott Negus. Sir Spin-A-Lot, who now is a meatball. Same thing here. Overdrives the corner into the safer barrier and did some damage to the right front. He has a meatball. Colby Tucker, I'm showing, had we had an off track back there. Meanwhile, let's see if we can see what happened to Colby Tucker here. We lost him. Let's see one more time here. Let's see if we can see Colby here. Looks, it was a belt that pulled out in front of Colby. Colby got into him. It doesn't seem like a lot of damage, but he is falling back from that incident. This is a belt trying to limp back. He's going to have some off tracks and incidents as they get back. So we're going to go back live, get caught up here. Oh, Poe Tater. What happened to Poe? Wait a minute. Poe Tater. Here's Poe Tater. He's like all by himself. He was in the lead and just gets off, overdrives the corner into the wall and has to tow. He had a huge lead on the field. Now we've got the end of the first lap. Clean Dwayne was leading the race. Jurg with his draft trying to make a pass. You'll see some passing using the draft on this straightaway. We haven't even seen rain yet. This is battle for the lead between Clean Dwayne and Jurg. We haven't even seen rain. We've got 5 meatballs that really just people overdriving. Battles back here. Handy Slider. Luke B battling for position. Coming down the straights, we've got a 3-way battle between Ryan, Chris, Wold, and Zipe. This is going to be where all the passing is going to happen. That long straightaway. We have not seen iRacing AI drivers make passes like that. We've completed our first lap. We've got 6 cars now, or 5 cars out with meatballs that have had to tow. Let's go down. Jurg leading the race, up 5 spots, followed by Clean Dwayne, Dusty Dwayne, Bucky Goldstein, Trick Dickel, Dirty Dwayne, Duke Silver, Handy Slider Luke B, and Dr. Johnny Fever. All those guys up multiple spots because the guys who were fast in qualifying, Poe Tater, our pole setter, Scott Negus, our default pole setter, somehow ended up on the pole, even though he wasn't the fastest. I thought he wrecked. Those guys up front just over driving corners and wrecking themselves. As we are 1 lap in, Dr. Kenneth Noisewater, who wrecked in qualifying, had to start from the back, now in 25th, up 6 spots. Big mover, though, of the day so far for the first lap. Patrick Stein up 16 spots to 18th place. He started, I believe he started dead last. Had the benefit of a couple that have crashed out, and then has obviously been able to make his way past several cars. He's up 16 spots. All right, we're going to get this UI back and do some more camera adjusting. Things seem to have settled down a bit for at least the moment. Tires are warm. Drivers now are in a rhythm. We have a Ferrari leading, followed by 2 BMWs, a Porsche. Trick Dickel in the Corvette. Porsche, BMW, our first Ford Handy Slider in 8th place. If you're just joining us, we will get some rain towards the end of this race. We will transition from dry to wet. So the end of this race could bring lots of havoc, given the struggle these cars have had in the dry. The wet is really just going to make it all that more difficult. I believe a belt, Mike, Sir Spin-A-Lot, those guys who tried to drive it out had to tow. Johnny Fever, I'm showing, with some problems here. Dr. Johnny Fever with a crash. Let's see what happened to him. Here he is in the Corvette. Oh, same corner. Overdrives it. Does not able to get it slowed down in the grass. And hits the right front. He is having to tow. Colby Tucker, I am showing with a wreck. Same corner, same Corvette, interestingly enough. Same issue. Into the wall. El Guapo. Let's see what happened to El Guapo. This looks like the same corner. Interestingly enough, it is also a Corvette. And Colby Tucker with another incident. He's trying to limp back to the pits. Let's go back live. So I don't know what that is. These Corvettes are struggling with that one turn seemingly more than anybody else, much as the Lamborghinis did at Daytona and the bus stop. Seems like the Lamborghini could not handle the bus stop at Daytona. The Corvettes cannot handle that corner, whatever corner that was. I don't know the name of it. But the Corvettes do not seem to be able to handle it. We have looks like 8 or 9 cars that have had to go to the pits to get damage fixed. 1, 2, 3, 5 of those are Chevys. Corvette. This is Clean Dwayne and Jurg with their battle up front. You've got the UI there because I am still messing with cameras. There are a lot of cameras on this track. Trying to give you the best view I can. Everybody's pretty much single file right now. We will see if Clean Dwayne can get close enough to take advantage of the draft down the long straight at the end of the second lap here. Clean Dwayne's about 1.17 seconds back. He's not going to have the draft. I don't believe that's going to be close enough to get towed up to the leader. Meanwhile, we did have another incident. Celeste, the Corvette. Oh, there's a Corvette off to the side, and that Celeste just panics, hits the other wall, avoiding the other Corvette. That's another Corvette down. And then we've got these cars that are just limping, that are broken and limping back, trying to stay off the driving line. They're struggling. We'll go back live. Trick Dickel with the draft on Bucky Goldstein, going to the inside. That Corvette, if I was Bucky, I would not want to be next to that Corvette. Bucky wisely lets him go because I imagine in a lap or two, that Corvette will go off and hit the wall, and we won't have to worry about it. Trick Dickel in 4th is our highest Corvette, with Luke B in 9th in the Corvette. Meanwhile, as I said, we've got 5 Corvettes that all have missed the same corner and wrecked. This is actually your closest battle on track, as we are, I believe, 3 laps in. We're 20 minutes almost into our first race. Seems like they are just getting single filed out through pretty much all the track. And then down that long straightaway, somebody will use the draft to make a pass. Trick Dickel not able to get away from Bucky Goldstein. Trick in that tricky Corvette that has struggled. At 0.3 behind Trick, Bucky Goldstein. This is the closest battle. Jurg, we have seen him run up front a lot. Jurg is up front again. Here's Dr. Noisewater at the end of that long straight, was able to make a pass going into the mountains. Bucky seems content to ride behind Trick, waiting for that Corvette to go off. Jurg with a 8:05.271, 5:271, fastest car on track. He is up front. He's got a gap of 1.5 seconds and pretty much driving away from the field in that Ferrari, followed by Clean Dwayne in second place in the BMW, Dusty Dwayne in another BMW, Trick Dickel, Bucky Goldstein, Dirty Dwayne, Duke Silver. We've got Ross Jobinson looking to try and make a move on Lone Star. Oh, Dusty Dwayne. Oh, Dusty Dwayne. It's that same corner. It causes havoc. Dusty Dwayne, who was in third place, I believe, or second, third, goes off, then just can't get it slowed down, bashes that front end. He has a meatball and has towed. El Guapo in the pits. And he has towed. These cars are really struggling with whatever corner that is. Meanwhile, Ross Jobinson, let's see what happened to him. He was trying to make some moves. Here he is, trying to make some moves. Same corner. It's a Ferrari, though. This corner is taking everybody out. And there goes another right front. And he has to tow. Jurg, Clean Dwayne, Trick Dickel now in third, Bucky Goldstein in fourth, Dirty Dwayne in fifth, Duke Silver in sixth. Bucky trying to hang on to Trick here, half second back. That's one of our closest battles, but back here for 15th place, Dr. Noisewater pushing hard to try and make a move on James Nelson. I don't think these AI drivers are going to make that move, but they'll wait for the straight. He should be able to get a draft and get around him. We will have rain coming in towards the end of this race, I believe. Just over the 20-minute mark. James Nelson, Dr. Noisewater, Michael Crump. Here, a little bit of a train. They are just nose to tail. I imagine they will stay that way until they hit that final long straightaway, and Dr. Noisewater will use that draft to slingshot around. Jurg up to almost a 3-second lead. He is kind of driving away. He was fastest car on track again last lap, but not able to get a big breakaway from Clean Dwayne. For those of you that don't know, Clean Dwayne, I think only joined the league to cause trouble for Dirty Dwayne. Clean Dwayne is not even. Duke Silver with an incident here. Is this the same corner? No, it's a different corner. That was a hard hit to the right front. Duke is falling fast and meatball and towing. That takes Duke Silver out of the top 10. He's towing. He will go to the back. You guys wanted rain. Oh my God. We can't even make it in the dry. I don't know where Dukes was exactly. He was somewhere. I know he was in the top 10. I think he was at least around that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. So now we got Yerg, Clean Dwayne, Trick Dickel, Bucky Goldstein, Dirty Dwayne, Handy Slider, Luke B, Parker B, Lone Star, and Ryan K. Make out your top 10. Bucky sticking right there with Trick on his back bumper. Here comes Noise Water. Now they're over a minute back. He looks to the inside, not able to make it happen. They'll come to the straight here pretty soon. I imagine Doc will get around James using that draft. Let's see. Here's this long straightaway. James able to pull away. But Doc is now closing that gap. He's got that draft. He's closing it quickly, looking to the inside. Gets to his rear quarter. He's definitely going to get beside him. Will he be able to outbrake him and hold that position as they get back into the curvy bits? Yes, he does. Crump, meanwhile, tries to follow him. Him and James side by side. James able to hold that position over Michael Crump. Bucky Goldstein was not able to take advantage of the long straightaway. Still has Trick Dickel in front. But this is our closest battle on track. Yerg still leading this one. Yerg still the fastest car on track. Excuse me for a minute. I got some home stuff to deal with, but I'll let you look at the closest battle on track. Sorry about that. Had to step away a bit. He missed a belt after having been in the pits, got his car fixed, struggling here, and once again into the rail and back in the pits. Meanwhile, Bucky Goldstein down the straightaway, he does get the draft. He's looking to the inside. He's at his rear quarter trying to side draft him back. He's going to be even up with momentum. Bucky marginally ahead. Let's see if he can outbrake him and maintain that lead. That Corvette is coming back strong here as we come back to the wiggly parts, the curvy parts, the jiggly parts. Bucky able to make the pass.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 96 Fahrenheit.
Let's see if Bucky can create a little bit of a gap. Luke B here battling with Parker B. Luke able to make the pass. Sorry, on Lone Star. No, Parker B in front. Luke is in the Corvette. Trek able to keep that Corvette in tow with the Porsche of Bucky Goldstein. We got your Clean Dwayne, Trick, Bucky Goldstein, Trick Dickel, and Dirty Dwayne. All the passing is happening here on the straight. Oh, looks like Michael Crump almost in the grass. Meanwhile, Dr. Fever in a Corvette all by himself in the same corner. He gets it back on track. Nice save. Meanwhile, now that Bucky Goldstein has gotten around Trick, he's been able to put about a second gap on Trick. Bucky, now that he's got around Trick's second fastest car on track, only Jurg is faster. Jurg is 5.8 seconds out in front of everybody in that Ferrari. Clean Dwayne in the BMW, Bucky in the Porsche, Trick in the Vet, Dirty Dwayne in the Porsche, and Handy Slider in 6th place in the Ford. So we have a pretty good mix of manufacturers. Trick able to make up some of that gap here and get back to Bucky. I'm showing Colby had his car fixed. This Corvette came back out on track with a fixed Corvette. Ooh, gets a little loose there. Not able to get it slowed down once again into the wall. Sir Spin-A-Lot here in the Ford. That same corner, he's going to brake, not be able to stop, and into the wall. And he's got damage. You saw the Corvette get loose. Dirty Dwayne. Oh, Dirty Dwayne off on that same corner. He's going to have some damage from that, I am sure. Let's take another look here. This is Dirty Dwayne by himself. He does have a meatball. Same corner. AI cannot handle this. And then you hit the grass and they just cannot get under control. Bashes that front end hard. He is going to the pits. Dirty Dwayne from 5th place. He is going to try to limp his car back. It is a long ways back to the pits with his meatball. He is just trying to stay out of everybody's way. Do believe it was Mr. Potater with a commanding lead in the standings. Potater is now in the pits, or 1 lap down. He is back out on track, 1 lap down in 29th place. Coming back out on track will allow him to hopefully make up some spots. Trick Dickel flashing his lights at Bucky as Bucky goes around lap traffic. Trick is not happy. I don't know if you saw, Trick pulled out like he was going to make a pass. Bucky then blocked him with the lap traffic. Trick flashed his lights. He was mad. Meanwhile, Dr. Noisewater with a meatball and another wreck. We'll go back and look at that in a second. Right now, let's see if Trick is upset enough to do anything other than flash his lights. Trick's definitely going to have a draft if they stay this way coming to the long backstretch. Let's go look at Dr. Noisewater. And looks like that same corner, Dr. Noisewater, little optimistic into the grass, can't get it slowed down. Another hard hit into the wall. He is going to have another meatball. Meanwhile, Trick stopped flashing his lights, has fallen back just a little bit. I think he is just going to follow and set him up for a pass. I'm going to call it down the backstretch. With what we have seen of these top cars wrecking, some of our points leaders especially are falling to the back, and we're going to have a big mix-up in the standings. Jurg now up to a 7-second lead over Clean Dwayne, who has just a 2-second gap to Bucky Goldstein. Bucky and Trick here continuing to battle as they have this entire race and actually entire series. as we said, Trick Dickel able to set him up. Oh, Bucky with a block. Bucky throws the trick, had the run. He had the draft. Bucky throws a block right before the twisty bits and able to hold off Trick Dickel. Trick is going to undoubtedly have to follow for another lap. Until the next long straight. This is obviously the passing zone for the AI drivers. But as Bucky showed, you can throw a block and keep those AI drivers in place. This first part of the track seems to be where Bucky excels. He's able to drive away from Trick now with a 0.6 of a second lead gap, which isn't a lot, but he built that up from side by side, and then it seems like once they get to the latter half of the track, Trick is faster there. Jurg with the commanding 8-second lead. 2, 3, and 4. Clean Dwayne, Bucky Goldstein, Trick Dickel, all within a couple of seconds of each other, and then it's 28 seconds back to Parker B in 5th place. Let me get you caught up on a couple other incidents here. Scott Negus, 34th place, got his car fixed, came back out, same corner, same wall, same damage. I don't see that he has a meatball, so maybe he will stay out. Nope, he is just slow driving that back to the pits. Dirty Dwayne, I believe, nope, he's just in the pits after his tow. Dirty Dwayne down in 21st place, getting his car worked on. Meanwhile, Bucky Goldstein and Trick have caught Clean Dwayne, or are catching him. If they can get this just a little bit closer, they'll be able to be within the draft on the backstretch. They got a ways to go to get there. We will see if they fight with each other or if they work together to get past Clean Dwayne. Jurg's still the fastest car on track with an 8.5 second lead. You're on lap 6. Of this 2-hour, 40-minute race. Likely somewhere around 20 laps. We've not seen pits yet. As usual, I did not do my homework, so I don't know how far these cars can go before they have to pit, or how many pits we will have. Dr. Johnny Fever in the Corvette by himself, coming around this corner. We're going to overdo it, and oh, another hard hit into the wall. He has had an accident, a belt in the Porsche. Also, oh, that's going to hurt. Yep, he's going to have to probably tow. No, he pulls right out and stops mid-track and then takes off again. El Guapo in the vet. I think we've seen, oh, he looks like he's going fast. He's not going to make that corner. You saw him right in the tracks of the car in front of him. He had to tow. This remains a pretty good battle here. They've spread out a little bit. Clean Dwayne able to break away just a little bit. About a second gap on Bucky. Trick 0.7 of a second back. So Bucky's been able to kind of maintain that gap a little bit as they're getting ready to come down the back stretch. Not quite there. If Bucky can... Clean Dwayne is driving away. He's up to 1.2 seconds. If Bucky can get that down to a second or less, he'll be within that draft. Oh, there's some slow cars. You can see them flashing their lights at the slow car of Scott Negus, just trying to limp back. That did not help Clean Dwayne. Bucky's got that gap down to a second. He needs to get it just under a second when they hit the stretch here that they are coming to in order to have that draft as they make this final corner onto the straightaway. It's 0.84, 82, 81. Bucky should be able to get the draft here. 0.77. He does have a sniff of that draft. Luke B in the top 5 with an incident. We're going to go look at that. Bucky definitely has the draft. Luke B with a meatball. We'll go back and look at that in just a second. Bucky closing in on Clean Dwayne, half a second. I don't think he's got enough of a draft to get up beside him before the end of the straights. No, he doesn't. He does get within 0.4, and that is as close as he can get. That has helped him pull away from Trick Dickel. That gap now a second. But I don't think Bucky will make a move again this lap until the next straightaway. No, he does. Bucky to the inside. Oh, Clean Dwayne holds him down. Bucky able to stay right there. Nope, he has to fall back in line. Tried to make a move in the corner. Wasn't able to complete it. That has allowed Trick Dickel to close back in. Let's go see what happened to Luke. Luke had an incident in his Corvette. Oh, that same corner. That one did not look bad, but he must have hit it just right because he has a meatball.
The leader, Scott, is pitting.
He will have to tow. Nope, he's driving it back. Luke B is driving it back to the pits. As you can see, almost half the field, not quite, but almost half the field has had trouble and had to go into the pits for some type of work. And it has not even started raining just yet. But I think there is rain coming. We are almost an hour into the 2-hour, 40-minute race. Bucky looking to the outside. He does not make it happen, but Trick gets back to Bucky's bumper. Trick looking to make a move to the inside. Cannot make it stick. Quite the battle we have here for that second position. Luke B has made it to the pits for repairs. That's going to put your top 10 at Jurg with a 11-second lead. Clean Dwayne, Bucky, Trick, Parker B, Handy Slider, Lone Star, Ryan K, Zipe, and Patrick Stein making out your top 10. Mike Hunt, I'm showing, had a little problem here in the Corvette. Oh, he got a little bit loose, got loose again, and oh, that's a bad one. Oh, that is a mid-engine car, so we don't have engine damage, but that front has got to be hurting pretty bad. He's going to be able to drive it. Rosh Jobinson gets his car fixed. He was 3 laps down, looking to make up some time, just overdrove the corner. Now he, once again, has a meatball. Meanwhile, back to this battle for second place. Remains Clean Dwayne, Bucky, and Trick in that order. While Jurg drives off to an almost 12-second lead. Jurg, the obvious. Oh, Bucky off track. He's able to save it. He gets his tires off, but he saves it where most of the other drivers today have not. He is obviously pushing hard to keep Trick behind him. Trick is not flashing his lights. Trick does not have any lights on, it looks like. Just some little driving lights, but he is putting the pressure on Bucky. Bucky trying to put some pressure on Clean Dwayne. If he can close this gap just a little bit before they hit that straightaway. Then he might be able to make a pass. Potator, 25th place, 1 lap down. He's out driving. But that is definitely going to put a cramp in his lead. Potator coming into this race with a almost 40-point lead over Colby Tucker. Colby is out of the race, or is 3 laps down in 33rd. Potator in 25th. Duke Silver was 3rd in points. Duke is in 26th. Clean Dwayne up here in 2nd place was the highest in points at 279 points. He will easily pass Colby and Duke, probably to move into 2nd place, with Trick Dickel currently 5th in points, 10 behind Clean Dwayne. He'll close the gap. I don't actually, if he doesn't make some moves, that gap will extend. Bucky Goldstein might be one of the bigger movers, or Jurg. Jurg is in 9th place in the overall standings with Dirty Dwayne right in front of him. Dirty Dwayne, he had a wreck. He's down in 21st. So we're going to see the points gap get a little smaller, and we're going to see maybe it be a little bit more of a battle here as we come to our final race. Trick Dickel. What happened to Trick? Oh, no. Trick just falling off here. Let's go back and see what happened to Trick as they enter the corner. You see him slide just a little bit. Then that unsettles the car. He's into the wall. Gets slowed down. I don't know if that's going to be really any damage. If it is, it might be minor. Let's see. But that moves the gap to almost 4 seconds to Bucky. Sir Spin-A-Lot, meanwhile, back here, does what he does best and spins a lot. We've seen that same corner take so many cars out. So Trick, 3.5 seconds back now after having battled Bucky. I don't know if Bucky took some air off of Trick's car. Trick is back up to speed and seems to be on pace. But we've seen these AI drivers, when they go in the pits, even if they've got a scratch, they want to get it fixed. So we'll have to see how long Trick is in the pits when it comes time. Bucky Goldstein finally within a drafting room, able to make a draft here on Clean Dwayne. He is side by side. You see Trick Dickel in the background. They are side by side with Bucky. Once again, at the end of the stretch, he just does not have the top speed a lot of these other cars have, but he still has position. And going into the twisty bits, he might be able to complete this pass. He's on the inside, which is where you want to be. He does. Bucky Goldstein into second place. Trick Dickel has got Jurg's in the pits. Bucky's in the pits. We have our first set of pits. Trick in the pits. We are seeing our first set of pits. Top 4 cars in the pits. Let's see how these pit crews do getting these cars in and out of pits. Parker B in the pits. Handy Slider still 12 seconds back. Meanwhile, you saw a car go by. That was a lap car. And you saw somebody come out of the pits. This is Jurg coming out of the pits first with a 33-second pit stop. Remember, he had an 8-second gap when they went in. Bucky Goldstein coming out of the pits in second where he went in. Clean Dwayne and Trick Dickel coming out in that same order, all with 33-second plus or minus pits. Jurg with the, well, actually Trick Dickel with a 32.8, the fastest pit stop. Did not allow him to jump anybody, but
Stein behind.
maybe allowed him to get a little bit closer. Yeah, he is now 1.7 seconds behind Clean Dwayne. When they went into the pits, here he was about 3 seconds behind Bucky. I believe he still is. We're going to have cold tires. After that pit cycle has spread everybody out a little bit, we're going to catch up on some incidents. Colby Tucker has been struggling today in his Chevy Corvette. Same corner that he wrecked twice before. Wrecks again. And he is driving back. Dr. Noisewater in his Ford in that same corner. He has struggled. And he has a meatball and has towed. That puts basically one car over half the field still racing, with the other half having spent time in the pits, at least some time, getting work done on their cars. Looks like every car on the lead lap has pit this lap. So that's 8 laps. We'll have another pit around 16, I would guess, of this 20-lap race, roughly. Colby Tucker and a belt had another incident. I think he's just limping back after a little bit of troubles. After our first pit cycle, Jurg with now a 14-second gap on Bucky Goldstein. Clean Dwayne in third. Trick in fourth. Parker B, Lone Star, Ryan K, Zipe, Patrick Stein, and Chris Wald make out your top 10. 11 through 18 is pretty much all our 300 cars who are once again proving slow and steady can win the race. Well, maybe not win the race, but can get you a top 10 maybe if you're willing to wait and watch everybody else wreck out. We've seen several people overdrive a couple corners repeatedly over and over. Let's check on that weather forecast. Right now, we definitely have some rain moving in. I'll show you here. You can see there is rain coming in. Our forecast shows 100% chance of rain at 5 o'clock. It is 2 o'clock now. So that's 3 hours from now. We are at 2 times speed. So that's an hour and a half from now. We have an hour and a half left in this race. So we will, according to the forecast, there's a 100% chance of rain before the end of this race. We will have to transition to wets at some point. Sorry, had to step away again for a little emergency home stuff. Let me get you caught up. Scott Negus, once again, fixed, about out on track. Same corner as always. This is his kryptonite. El Guapo. In the Corvette, also, same corner. AI obviously cannot handle this corner. Dr. Johnny Fever, you'll notice, looks very similar in both the Corvette and that corner. He goes off. Colby Tucker, just to show you it's not just the Corvette in the BMW. He has problems. Andy Slider in the Ford. Hey, a little bit different corner. That's different. He had a little problem. Clean Dwayne, not able to catch back up to Bucky Goldstein. Bucky about 1.7 seconds ahead. Trick Dickel, 1.5 seconds back. The obvious class of the field today, Jurg with a 15-second lead. That's a lap car you see behind him. Multiple seconds faster than most of the field. Trick was within a half second of him, and he was at least 2 seconds faster than everybody else last lap. He is driving away from everybody. But rain is coming. We have 1.5 hours left of our 2-hour, 40-minute race. We are 9 laps in. Just over an hour in, just under halfway. Closest battle really is this battle. Now for third place as Bucky. Well, no, Clean Dwayne has closed in on Bucky. I thought it was about a second and a half just a moment ago. Now it's under 1 second. Clean Dwayne to Bucky's bumper here. I think he's just trying to put a little pressure on Bucky. We've not seen the AI try to make a pass, but they are getting toward the end of this lap, and I do believe Clean will have the draft and seems to have a little top speed on the Porsche, so he should be able to make the pass on the straightaway. We still have 18 cars on the lead lap. Even Richard Robert, now 3.5 seconds back from the leader, but still on the lead lap. P19 through 34 are all laps down. Several cars 1 lap down. Including some of our points leaders having problems. Ross Jobinson. See what happened to him. Different car, same story. He's going to overdrive and not be able to get it stopped, go into the wall. He has a meatball. Meanwhile, Clean Dwayne. Well, actually, Bucky's been able to extend that lead slightly. Now it's at 6/10. If he can get that over a second here in this last couple corners, he might be able to evade the draft. As they come around here with one last corner before the straights. Clean Dwayne just 7/10 behind Bucky. He will have some draft if he can get a good exit here, which he does. Now 7/10 back and closing. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make that, but he is now a half second back and closing quick. Top speed
now on wets.
Of that BMW. Somebody is now on wets. The track is dry. We're going to watch this pass as Clean Dwayne has both the inside and the speed. He falls back in. Let me bring something up here. I don't have our overlay set to show this, so excuse me while I do a little finagling here. I want to bring up something. Where is our standings? Tire. Where is our tire compound? Dr. Noisewater, our first car on wets. It is a dry track. Now this is a huge track, so we do have weather coming in. Let me show that real quick. So we definitely have some weather coming in. But it sure seems early. I know it's a big track. It's 8 minutes all the way around. But it sure seems awful early to have those wet tires on. Dr. Noisewater, 2 laps down. First car on wet tires. I've put that up here on the standings board for you to see. This should make for some interesting strategy if he gets lucky and we get some rain and he is on wets and everybody else is on dries. Obviously, they're going to have to pit, but if they wreck and get a meatball and we get a downpour, Doc Noisewater could vault to the front. Meanwhile, Scott Negus, same corner, same Ford. He's going to make the same move. And into the wall. Sir Spin-A-Lot, same corner, same Ford, same off track, into the wall. Celeste here in the vet. Celeste, the 95, just kind of stopped and said, hey, Chris, you go ahead. Colby Tucker in the vet. Oh, we've seen this corner before. We know what's going to happen, and it's not going to end well. Colby has struggled all day. I think he must have hit that wall 4 or 5 times. Meanwhile, now that Clean Dwayne has passed Bucky, Trick has caught Bucky. Back to where we were before the pit cycle. Clean Dwayne Now 1.6 seconds ahead. Bucky Goldstein, followed by Trick Dickel. I don't know. It seems like with a heavy fuel load, this Porsche struggles, and Bucky's able to come on a little better towards the end of a run when he has a lighter fuel load. Luke B struggling today in the vet, in the same corner, off track, into the wall. Oh, and up in front of him, you see, oh, into the 27. Just pile drives Dr. Noisewater and makes a 3-point turn. What is he doing? I'm sorry, but he got a little confused on which way the track was. Oh, meanwhile, up ahead, is that, were those, yeah, that was the battle for second place that when had Clean Dwayne with an off track allowed Bucky Goldstein, and then there's that traffic. Oh my God, we got to go back and watch this again. Let's go to a chopper view. So this is Clean Dwayne coming around the same corner everybody's having problems with. He struggles, goes off track, but he's able to save it. Bucky Goldstein goes by. You see Trick also off track. And then up at the top, you see the off track. I don't remember who that was. Let's go to Bucky Goldstein. He should have had or actually, let's go to Clean Dwayne. We'll go to Clean Dwayne. Cockpit view. He gets a little loose here, a little squirrely. He's like, okay, got it. I'm going to save it. It's all good. There goes Bucky. And wait a minute. Why is there a car sitting there? Here it is from Trick Dickel's view. Our track is still dry. We don't have a wet track. And then Parker with an off track, by the way. Let's go back live. After all that excitement, Jurg with a 19-second lead over Bucky. Bucky in second place. Trick Dickel in third. I'm sorry, Clean Dwayne in third with Trick right behind Clean, 0.3 back. Bucky's worked his way up to a 3-second lead after Clean and Trick had their off track and then had to stop for the Luke B, who did not know which way was forward after his hit. Making a 3-point turn in the middle of the track. If nothing else, you must admit this has been an entertaining race. And we still have rain coming. So, sorry, I was just showing you, though, 2 cars on wets. We're seeing more cars go out on wets. That was Dusty Dwayne and Noisewater. Noisewater wrecked his. Dusty Dwayne had an off track on wets. It seems too early to put on wets. We still have a dry track. We're seeing Handy Slider come out in wets. So some of these cars laps down are putting on wets, and they are paying for it on this dry track. Dirty Dwayne now in 19th, 5 laps down. I mean, a lap down, only 1 lap down, able to work back after an early wreck. And able to get some position. Trick Dickel trying to catch back up to clean. After the end of the straightaway, he was not able to make a move. As we hit the twisty bits, Trick should be able to close that down a little bit. They do not have Bucky's draft any further. We do have rain coming. We know it's coming. We've got 3 cars who have tried wets, both of which seem to be okay for about a lap, and then they get those tires, I think, too hot, end up wrecking. Our next closest battle is back here for 13th, 14th place. A couple of those 300 cars. But Trick and Clean battling for this second place position. You see Bucky ahead. Bucky was 3 seconds ahead. That's down to 2.4 seconds as these guys able to close in on Bucky. I believe that long straightaway hurts Bucky. He does not, that Porsche does not have the same top speed as the other cars. About an hour, 15 minutes left. We're 11 laps into this, probably around 20 lap race. Still dry. We do have rain coming. And we do have a couple cars that tried some wets. Dusty Dwayne, let's see what happened to him. Dusty was on those wets. Oh, just got loose. Those wets are fine for maybe a lap. He towed. Handy Slider, the other car who's in wets. Every car that's put on wets on this dry track has paid for it. Hard into the wall. The idea of putting on wets seemed like maybe it was a viable strategy, but everybody that's tried it has wrecked because we have not had this rain come in yet. Handy Slider here blocking Clean Dwayne. He's going to have to move fast around Handy because he makes pretty good work of him, gets by him, Trick follows along. Bucky's back to a 3-second lead over these two. Meanwhile, Dr. Johnny Fever in the vet in the same corner. We've seen this all day. They just cannot get the car slowed down. Dr. Fever tows. These cars were able to go about 7 laps. Well, all of them went 7 laps before they pit. So we are 3 laps into this run. We're about 4 laps away from pitting. It will be interesting to see who, if any of them, go to wets and who stay on dry. We know it's going to rain. And that rain is getting close. You can see it coming. It looks like we'll have a little light rain. I don't think if we're zoomed, yeah, we don't even see it there in the zoom yet. But it is coming. Meanwhile, Dirty Dwayne. This is Dirty Dwayne here in the Porsche. And same corner, just overdrives, tries to get it slowed down, can't. And a meatball for Dirty Dwayne, who was the first car 1 lap down. He will now have to go to the pits, get his car worked on. Jurg with a commanding 22-second lead on the field. 2, 3, and 4, all within 3 seconds of each other. And then another 30 seconds back to 5th place. You see Trick able to use that draft, have the top speed of that Corvette.
Track temperature's falling. It's now 92 Fahrenheit.
Work to his benefit. It is still a dry track, but you can see it's starting to get a little crazy. Looks like Clean Dwayne had his wipers on. I do not believe that's from water. Trick's got track position. He should be able to complete this pass. Unless he gives that all up. Nope, there it is. He completes the pass. Gets ahead of Clean Dwayne. Bucky Goldstein now 3 seconds ahead as they hit the twisty bits. Clean trying to make a move on the outside, which will transition to the inside. Pinches off Trick and able to take that position back. Trick being a little passive there. All this allowing
the track temperature's decreasing. It's now 88 Fahrenheit.
Bucky to pull away. I think you should have heard that. It is starting to drizzle. We're getting drizzle on the track. That track temperature is dropping. Nobody coming in for wets just yet. Now, here's an interesting scenario for you. We've been able to run 7 laps. We think this will be a 20-lap race. So the timing is such that they can do, they would have, if it stayed dry, they would have needed 1 more pit. Now, even if they go to wets, they can pit 1 time. If they can go at least 1 more lap, pit 1 time, go to wets, and not have to pit again. If they have to go back to dries, they would throw an extra pit in there. So will these cars try to go that extra lap or 2? Will they go until it's wet? The track is dry. I don't know where the drizzle is. But we're going to stay focused on this battle because it is the best battle on track. They are closing in on Bucky.
Looks like it stopped raining.
They're saying it stopped raining, so we had a little drizzle come in. Still a dry track, not enough to really do anything. Those cars that were on wets really struggling. Potator worked his way up into the top 20 after having an early wreck, going all the way toward the back, waiting to get things fixed. Oh, you can see some rain here. You can see the rain falling. Potator overdrives. Oh, it's going to hit hard. Once again, a meatball. Had to go back to the pits. He worked his way back up into 20th, and he's going to lose all of that work. You see the rain starting to fall now. We have rain coming in. These guys are about halfway around the track. They're in the back part of the track.
Decreasing. It's now 84 Fahrenheit.
It is raining here. These guys have got to be careful. They've got to be able to limp back to the pits to put on wets. Track is still dry, but it is raining pretty hard. And we'll see here in the rain, a belt just way too fast on that corner. We are starting to see the incidents pile up as this rain starts to come down. Parts of the track we've not, seen incidents before. Sir Spin-A-Lot here is doing his Spin-A-Lot dance. Same place, same wall, same bat time. Richard Robert looks like he tries to slow up. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. He's just like pulling. He may have had a mechanical failure, or he's really afraid of that rain. But he's going into the pits. Parker with an incident. You see the rain coming down. These guys are trying to drive through it. They are battling for position. They are not going to slow down. The top 17 cars, everybody on the lead lap, is out on track in this rain. We have just over an hour left. I was hoping for a slower transition, but Dirty Dwayne in the pits after his wreck. Richard Robert had to tow. Parker B trying to limp back with a meatball. It looks like these guys have slowed down some. It's rained. Now, Jurg, I thought his gap was bigger. It is now about 25 seconds. Still a commanding lead. He has led wire to wire here, driven away from the field. But he better be careful in this rain. As these guys come to the three-quarter mark of this lap, they've got to make it to the pits. It'll be interesting to see. Track is still, quote-unquote, dry state. We have Duke Silver in his BMW. Just overdrives the corner. He has a meatball. Celeste by herself in the vet. Same corner, off track, but able to... Nope, not able to save it. Celeste with a meatball. A spicy meatball. That lead to between Clean and Bucky is now down to 2 seconds. With Trick Dickel right here behind. There is no rain on this part of the track. The track is dry. Track state is dry. But as they're coming around now, Jurg with our commanding 26-second lead. Let's see if he pits this time. We are on the verge. I don't know if they can make it from here if they pit. He does not pit. I was going to say, I think if they can do one more lap, they should be able to make it to the end, even if they put on wets. Jurg does not pit. Bucky Goldstein, Clean Dwayne, Trick Dickel at the end of the long straightaway. You see a slow car down below. Bucky flashing his lights. They are all able to safely get by. Let's see what they choose. They stay out.
80 Fahrenheit.
They stay out. Duke Silver pit, but he had a spicy meet the ball. Oh, sorry, this was a wreck. Same thing. Trek able to get the inside of Clean, then on the transition able to continue to hold that third spot. We haven't talked about, here's Colby in the vet with a, oh, he gets unsettled on the rumble strip, the turtles, and bashes that car in. We haven't talked about Lone Star all race. Lone Star is having a solid race in fifth, a minute and a half back from the leader. Does not pit as well. None of these cars pitting. On the back half of the track, we had rain, and it is definitely coming. But so far, everybody opting to stay out on dries. Now, keep in mind, as I say, you can see the rain coming down here. And it seems like if they could just make it this lap, they should be able to pit, get fuel, dries, and finish this race. Whereas if they pit now and took wets, I'm sorry, I said dries. If they took now, they might have to pit an extra time.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 76 Fahrenheit.
We have now seen more than half of the drivers be in the pits with incidents at some point or another in this race. We still have 18 cars on the lead lap. First car on the lead lap to go to wets, Richard Robert. Richard is 7 minutes behind the leader, just coming out of the pits. Richard on wets in 18th place is your top position on wets. Last lap was an 8:06 for Jurg, so the rain really did not hurt him. He is still running some fast times and built that gap back up to about 28 seconds. Oh, Trick with a big off track. Let's go take a look at this. Just a little loose, gets on the binders, able to get it slowed down, and oh, great driving. A little bit of tap of the wall, but did no damage, I don't think. Just back, forth, seesawing. Let's take one more look at that from the view inside. This is Trick. Oh, just unsettles the car a little bit. He knows he's overdoing it. Hits the rumble strip on one side, sawing on that wheel. Little tap of the wall. Gets it straightened back out. That was some good driving to avoid any damage. We've seen Trick have to do that earlier where he had an off track but did not have any substantial damage. Biggest damage for him is he's now 5 seconds behind Clean and going to have to work to make that gap smaller. Meanwhile, Dr. Noisewater still on wets and still struggling, gets loose and then hits the inside wall. He was on wets. Wets did not help him. Parker B, you see the rain coming down on this part of the track. I don't know. I think he's just had some problems and trying to get those fixed. Clean within a half a second of Bucky here. Coming to that 3/4 mark of this lap. It is dry on this side of the track. It is wet on the south side. Jurg has built that lead up to almost 30 seconds. But we have seen just how dangerous this track is. Michael Crump, the 301 into 10th place. We've got our 300 cars now creeping up. The tortoise and the hare. The tortoises are moving up in the standings as the hares trip on their dicks. El Guapo coming in hot in the vet. He's going to overdrive into the grass and into the wall. He tries to Hail Melon it, but he gets a meatball. No, he was, by riding that wall without hitting it hard, he was able to save a meatball. Clean has caught Bucky. He will follow in behind him. There is no rain here on this part of the track, but it is raining on the south side, and they are transitioning now, as you can see, into the rain. Track has changed to mostly dry. You can see the rain coming down here. It has not yet hurt lap times. They are going to transition to the long straight. Clean Dwayne within 2/10 of Bucky. He should be able to use that draft and that top speed of that BMW to pass Bucky on this long straight. Meanwhile, up front, Jurg with a commanding 31-second lead, continuing to drive away from the field. Let's see if he pits. He does not pit. Does not pit, everyone. You can pit. I'm pretty sure you can pit and make it from here. This track is wet and getting wetter. Here is Clean Dwayne. As I said, he will be able to make the pass. Says it stopped raining, but it obviously hasn't. Clean Dwayne should complete this pass. He's got that top speed. Do one of these two, they got their wipers on. Do one of them come in the pits? No, they stay out on this wet track. What are these guys thinking? Trick Dickel stays out. It's a full minute to Lone Star in 5th to see if he stays out or not. Meanwhile, Handy Slider in the rain in his Ford in wets and still gets a little bit of the grass and into the wall. Just under an hour left. Dusty Dwayne. Same BMW, same corner, same grass, same wall, same wreck. He was on wets. Dirty Dwayne in the Porsche. Dirty is on wets.
We're seeing a few spots of drizzle now.
You can see if Dr. Fever in front of him gets off, but saves it. Clean Dwayne now a second ahead. Trick Dickel now 3 seconds behind these two. I believe it was 5 or 6 seconds a few minutes ago, so he's able to make up some time on these guys. They are still running on dries, the top 16.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 72 Fahrenheit.
All right, let's catch up on a couple incidents. Colby Tucker in the vet just gets out of the racing line on those wets. The back half of the field is on wets. Rosh Jobinson, we've seen this before. The Ferrari, he's on dries. He's going to hit pretty hard, cause some damage. Dr. Johnny Fever off track. He is on wets, hard into the wall. Dirty Dwayne in the Porsche. He is also on wets. Oh, gets loose in the grass and then corrects into the wall on the opposite side. Trick Dickel has caught Bucky Goldstein once again, looking to pass on a lap car. You see him, oh, contact between him and the lap car. Trick flashing his lights to get by in the rain. He makes that pass. He's now within 2 seconds of Bucky Goldstein. Seconds. As they come in the pits here, they're going to go to wets, fuel up for their last pit stop of the race. All right, Jurg is out of the pits. He was in the pits. That's where Clean Dwayne was able to close that gap. He got out of the pits after a 52-second pit. That's fuel, wets. They must have made some other adjustments to that car because these pits have been 30 seconds. Clean Dwayne coming out now 30 seconds behind the leader. You see it here out of the top 10, 5 now have meatballs. Those are cars that stayed out on dries in this rain.
It's starting to drizzle. The car in front is pitting.
All right, I am multitasking here, but I gotta interrupt what I was doing and bring you this. Jurg, who had a 30-second commanding lead, is led wire to wire, just spins out. It does not look like he damaged his car much. Certainly will. No, he does have a meatball. That damage caused a meatball. Your leader, who has led the entire race, had a 30-second lead. Rain came down. He is on wets, and he ends up with a meatball. Everybody on wets other than your 5th place driver. This race has been turned on its head. I'm multitasking here, so I'll be gone, but I'll be bringing you the shots, going and bringing you the last 30 minutes of this race live. You can see him cattywampus limping back to the pits. Your leader. Clean Dwayne, round your leader. We have a new leader, Clean Dwayne. He has a 1-minute gap on 3rd place. Remember, he was battling with Trick and Bucky, both who wrecked and are still in the pits down in 12th and 13th. That's going to give Clean Dwayne out here a 1-minute lead over Lone Star in 3rd place. Much like real life, Bradley Beeman and Tyler Beeman find each other on track, battling for that 10th position. Here with Ricky Hyde, all 3 of them within a half a second of each other late in this race.
No more rain. There's a bit of drizzle starting. Stein is now on wets. We've got a bit of rain now, looks like it's getting harder. V32 is now on wets. We've got drizzle now and it's drying out. Looks like it's stopped raining. We're seeing a few spots of drizzle now. We're seeing a few spots of rain. Seems to be increasing. It's raining now. Seems to be increasing. track temperature is falling. It's now 68 Fahrenheit. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Come on, man, keep pushing. Two minutes to go, 2 minutes. 1 gallon remaining. New fastest lap for Chris, 9:37.8. That's a new fastest lap for Wild, 9:31.5. Fastest lap for Stein, 9:20.5. Fastest lap for Cullen, 9:12.9 seconds.